also be on mic and also monitoring the chat going on during the show. And then, of course, we have Marion modeling. We do have a couple different guests coming up tonight here, actually sort of behind the scenes. Some of those crew people that have been on the shows that you never see, they're actually going to come out on camera and let you know some of the Invictas that they have in their collection and what they bought here during the course of the show. So,
sounds good.
Yeah. So do you have anything to say here? You've been monitoring the
I have.
chat?
So I've been monitoring the chat, and it's so great to interact with you guys. Again, if you don't know me, my name is Anastasia Pierre. You can look for me on all social media, Anastasia Pierre, and yeah, interact and let's get started. I'm so excited to talk more about Invicta.
Yeah, all right, well, we're gonna kick off the show with the watch. We actually, we've presented a couple different times, but it's been a really, really hot item, so we wanted to kick off the show with this. And what it's technically called is either the 38mm or the 43mm automatic diamond accented bracelet watch. This watch also comes in a 3-slot dive case, but really this is a bit of a departure from some of the other watches that you've seen before from Invicta. We're known to have some of the larger.
You know, this is actually one of my favorite watches. Every time I get a chance to model this watch, I have, I don't know, I'm drawn to it. It's very simplistic, it's feminine, it has a little bit of bling on it, and I think it could match anything that I were to put together, whether it be an outfit or, you know, going out on the town or even a gift, I think. So I'm really, really excited about this particular style.
Yeah, and here, Ben, you probably want to get, oh, he just dropped down to the ground. Had a little buddy here that Kendi dropped off for the course of the show.
Oh.
He didn't quite get me, Kendi, but remember, the trip isn't over yet, and actually, I have the mic right now, and you don't. All right, so that stems back to our YouTube show from the other night where Kendi put a crab in a 3-slot dive case, and really, it scared the crap out of me. So
that was funny.
It did.
I definitely was not expecting that.
Good thing that the crab went this way instead of this way, because I would have said something else besides crap. All right. So let me just go through the color choices really quick here of what we have. We have 3 different color choices, and your color choices are either the gold tone, the silver tone, or the black. And we have both a 38mm, which actually I believe Marion is wearing right now. That measures out to about 1.5 inches in terms of case diameter, and also a 43mm, which I think a lot of women can size up to. And one thing I like about this watch is that they're diamonds. And girls like diamonds. Girls like diamonds?
We do. Girls like diamonds.
Girls like diamonds?
Girls like diamonds. Actually, can I interject just for a moment? Because one of our friends and a model here on the show just got engaged. So, congratulations, Mara. And girls like diamonds.
Oh, very good.
I have nothing else to add. This is the truth.
So included on each and every one of these watches that we have tonight, there are actually 15 diamonds, and they're placed both on the minute and also the hour hand. And when you look at this watch, you'll see on Marion's wrist, it's just a real sleek, more of a modern design, something that a lot of people don't think about when they think of Invicta. So I really appreciate that, you know, it's not just only the larger watches. We have the smaller watches, more modern, what you see here. We also have our vintage collection, which is not exactly what you see with, you know, the big timepieces. So, and something too is that do you ever notice like the movements inside where it's the difference between automatic and also just like a battery operated watch?
I definitely noticed the difference. This one is
the automatic
version. And go ahead.
Yeah, that's right, and that means that there's not a battery inside, and just the general movements of your wrist will actually be winding up the watch automatically for you. Oh yes, so what we're gonna do tonight is we'll get back to the main shot here, but tonight we have 2 different drawings that we're actually going to be giving away tonight to one of you, or to 2 of you viewers, 2 different viewers tonight. Yep. It's actually artistry sketches from Jeff Shelley.
Jeff Shelley,
and, yeah,
who is Disney's
character art director. And what a great guy he was. I really enjoyed having him on set, and he's so talented and gave us so much information about Mickey and Minnie and their long life together. So I think this is a very special gift that he did for us, and something that we're going to give out to one of our... Or actually two
we
different
have 2.
We have
That's
two.
exciting.
We have 2 tonight. So what we want to do is just hold tight here towards the end of the show, so you have to stay tuned. We're going to actually just kind of go through all your comment, so you have to comment if you want to participate, and we'll just kind of do a random scroll through and touch the screen, and we need you to actually contact Evine, and Evine will be posting an email address that you can actually get in contact to. We'll send that out to you. Here's a video of Jeff Shelley actually doing some of the drawings here. He was actually down on the beach. He had a pretty cool office with a little private tent and such for it.
So I am going to give this specific very special gift to Kiko Dog. Kiko Dog.
Okay. All right.
So that's who I'm going to give it to because he gave me such a wonderful compliment, and I appreciate that. So it's yours.
All right, so Kiko Dog, you have to actually contact Evine. We'll give you an address that you can actually contact, and we'll get that shipped out to you. We'll hold on because we have one more character art sketch that we will give out to you here at the end of the show. So we're going to move on to the next watch here. That last watch, item number, if you happen to miss it, it was item number 638139, but there's also a link in the chat that you'll see off to the side. So we're going to start out now with actually Jason Taylor here. And Jason Taylor, it was really cool. Last night I had an opportunity to work with him for about a half hour on the show together. Never thought that I'd actually be sitting side by side and actually doing a takeover show with the Jason Taylor, the Hall of Famer.
Very iconic. Yeah. And I've been a Dolphins fan for my whole life. I mean, I've since branched out by way of marriage, but the Dolphins have a special place in my heart, and what an amazing player he is, and such a cool thing to get a chance to work with him.
Yeah, and just a true gentleman too. You'll see him off to the side of the screen here. We don't quite have the same workout routine, he and I, but
I think very few people do.
He's such a gentleman, and just a really cool, down-to-earth guy, and he does a lot with the Jason Taylor Foundation in terms of reading rooms for kids, taking kids out shopping,
yes,
for school clothes and everything like that. And I mean, just there's a lot more that goes behind his foundation. I'm just sort of skimming the surface on that.
Absolutely, and he's not a bad-looking guy either. That's
he's a handsome guy.
That always makes things. Yeah, it's always nice.
All right. Well, in terms of the two different watches that we have available tonight, these are actually the Hall of Fame versions. So things have changed a little bit when it comes to the Hall of Fame versions. And what we have here is when you see on the front, this is the gold tone. We also have the silver tone version. If you notice, we have Jason's number, 99, down in the bottom portion of the dial. And you can also see right at that 8 o'clock hour marker, that's Jason Taylor's signature that you'll see.
Oh my God, that's so fun. Yeah, I love that.
And so what you get is with this watch here, this is a Venom. It's a real staple collection to ours at Invicta, but we've totally remodified the bezel on this timepiece. And as you notice, we have the aqua and the orange, and that's where he played a majority of his career, was for Miami, for the Dolphins. And so I have to show you the case back here too in just a moment because the case back is actually pretty cool. I'm just going to toss this little thing over to my buddy John. He actually caught it. But I want to show you the case back because this is a big deal with this watch. And it was a little bit of a surprise to Jason Taylor from AL where they have this embossed case back here. You can see that's one of Jason's poses. That you see on the back. I think probably after he had an interception or fumble recovery and actually got in the end zone. I think he said he got in the end zone being a defensive player like 8 or 9 different times during his career, which I think is the most of anybody out there. So special case back, numbered limited edition that you get with this timepiece. And of course, being to 999, I'll put this watch on my wrist here too so you can see what this looks like.
This is definitely a collector's item, I would say. You know, my husband loves sports, and we are very active, going to a lot of sporting events, and this is something that I think a true Dolphins fan would really, really enjoy, even if it were to be, you know, something that you buy for yourself as a special treat or as a gift. I definitely think that this is such a beautiful and special piece that you can add to any outfit, any occasion, and yeah, I think it's great. It's so heavy. I feel like you have to be a big man.
There's a definite weight to this, and I do have a couple Venoms in my collection. Actually, they're both on bracelets and fit my wrist actually very, very well. But you know, it's a part of that reserve collection, so you're getting the top of the line of everything that we make at Invicta. Also with this watch, which is a really big deal, is you have the water resistance being 1,000 meters. So that's 5 times what's considered to be a professional dive watch for this timepiece. So not only does a watch look cool, but it's just built with a ton of integrity inside of this timepiece. I'm holding the gold tone. We also have a silver tone version available, and you can click on Evine's link within that chat if you want to order. Otherwise, you can order this watch also on Evine at 649-171. And that's the easy way to do it.
Our friend Mark wants to know if there will be any more Jason Taylor HOF automatic watches.
Oh, that's Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
gotcha.
HOF stands for the Hall of Fame. I don't know for sure what the other executions are, but there are definitely going to be more Jason Taylor Hall of Fame watches.
Very cool.
So we actually have to wrap this one up. We just had some new watches put out in front of us, and this again is item number 649171, and it is the Invicta JT Hall of Fame 52mm Venom limited edition. Remember, it's also part of that reserve collection.
Awesome.
Okay, well, the next option we have here is actually, it's pretty cool. We have a watch is called the Grand Octane, and that's a very, very large watch. But then we also have the Octane, which is down to about 10mm or almost a half an inch on the size. And yeah, I think Rick just comes in for this watch here. I knew you were going to come in for this timepiece. And so what it is item number 646774 for $499.99. This watch is 30% off, and that's part of the anniversary price. But what you're getting is into a timepiece that actually has the diamonds going all the way around the bezel on this timepiece also. And I mean, what a handsome watch.
Definitely.
And we do have a special guest here on the show tonight. This is Rick. Rick is the only one out of all of us. And we have, what, about 50 people here? Is that right, John?
Definitely, yeah, big group.
So we have about 50 people on each and every one of the remotes. This guy over here, he's been on every single remote. He is the only one that has made it to like all 36 or 37 remotes. And Rick, you know, when you started out, if you want to give the mic over to Rick Anastasia.
Sure, here, I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, you have a mic.
Oh,
okay,
awesome.
Great. So Rick, when you started with Invicta on that very first remote where we were at the pavilion, did you have any Invicta watches?
I had no watches, and I have to tell you a quick story. I remember AL, when I first saw him on the air, he said that the average customer had 10 watches. And I really thought that was kind of like a little sales pitch, because I'm like, no, that's not true. Well, fast forward to 7 years later, I now have 30 plus watches.
And you like the bigger watches. You like the bigger jewelry. You always have a cool bracelet on, like you have the big chain link.
Yeah, you definitely have your own style. I like that about you,
Yeah.
Rick.
And it's cool too, because that Sea Spider that you have, I mean, that's one of your go-to work watches out there too.
It is, just because it's comfortable, it's very durable. I mean, this bracelet is, the polyurethane bracelet is very, very comfortable, very durable. It holds up to the work I do, holds up to the abuse it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had this watch now for 6 years, and it's still in one piece.
Same original bracelet.
Same.
And you're out there busting your ass off. I mean, you know, carrying stuff, holding up lights, silk screens, carrying stuff from the beach up. I mean, beating it on things. And I mean, that watch has held up through its course of time.
I'm very happy with it.
Yeah. Well, so what we have tonight is, here, Rick, if you want to just look at this watch too and just kind of give me your take, because I know you're always like peeking at the cards and looking at watches. Do you have any watches yet in your collection that actually have diamonds?
I have no diamonds.
No bling yet?
No bling, yeah.
Would you be opposed to having diamonds?
Not at all. I mean, it's especially for a dress watch. I mean, you know, for me, it's, you know, I have my go-to watches for work. I have my go-to watches when I go out and dress up a little bit, when I actually clean up and put on something nice, you know, which is rare, but I do. So, I mean, yeah, something like this would be awesome, because it's cool looking, but yet it has the bling.
Yeah.
Sure.
Got the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
This watch, in fact, has 132 diamonds or 55 points on it. And you'll see all the different diamonds just going around the 6 different stations of that bezel. We have 2 different color choices. Rick has the black. Marion, which I think she can pull this watch off too.
You
that
definitely
48mm,
can pull this one off, Marion.
has the silver tone version. And see, you always see the girls light up when the word diamonds is thrown around on set.
Definitely. No, it's...
The bling. We like the bling. We do like the bling.
And it's a watch that I think it looks wonderful on a woman, and it also sits well on a man's wrist as well. I mean, it's definitely something that will start some conversations and give you some attention, but I think that's a good thing sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I think it looks better on her than me.
Well, Marianne can pull off most things.
Yes.
So.
Okay, well, I'm just getting a note on my ear here. We do have to move on from this watch. So this is item number 646774. It's that 48 millimeter Swiss octane. That 48 millimeter, it's a little bit smaller, actually quite a bit smaller than our normal size, being that 58 millimeters. So 2 different color choices. You're looking at the black or the silver tone, and I don't know for sure what the value price is, but it's 30% off. It's a sweet deal to be able to get in that watch with all the diamonds.
Definitely.
So is there anything else going on social media here, Anastasia?
Let's see. Well, everyone is really excited about Marvel. It launches tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
tomorrow 11 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. 11 p.m. Eastern, and we have some really, really cool styles coming up, and I think everyone's really excited about it. So.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Definitely stay tuned. It's a big deal.
You guys have to stay tuned tomorrow for the Marvel launch. It'll be Al. He'll be on that show. I have a couple hours after. Justin has a couple hours before. And yeah, it's really one of the most anticipated launches here of the entire year.
Wow.
So we're gonna, you know, we had a little bit of bling before. Here's a little bit more bling that you see on the screen for
That's
item number 646763. This is the Invicta Reserve Specialty Sabacua. It's a numbered limited edition, and it's an automatic chronograph. So with this watch, I got a quick little story here about this timepiece, and I had a gentleman who saw me post this watch on Instagram. And if you're not following me, please do. That's Invicta Ryan on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But he said he's getting married and he wanted to buy himself a special watch. And he said, what was the item number for this? I gave it to him, and he bought that timepiece. So without further ado, I have to introduce our next special guest here. His name is John, and he's also part of the crew. He's always working. And I do see him in the pool hanging out on occasion.
Absolutely, it's hot out here.
Yeah, and so I want you, because that's what this show is all about. Everybody who you don't see on camera, being a guest on the show, and sort of what's your Invicta story then, John?
Invicta story event. Well, okay, I want to say this is probably about my 10th job. I started out down at the pavilion. This is my first time coming here.
Okay.
And like Rick just said, AL asked, do you have an Invicta? No, I don't. And the first one I bought was a, can't even think of the dog thing now. Real tough Hydromax. Bought myself a Hydromax.
Yeah, okay.
Still have it. You know, and that's my go-to watch. You can bang it up against things and it'll bang back.
Yep.
You have no scratches on it yet. And in 2 years now, I have, as of today, I have 26, and my wife has 42. I bought 7 on this trip. I need to slow my roll just a little bit.
Well, what's your favorite watch then that you got, or maybe one of the watches you got during the event so far?
She doesn't know this, but she will now. When I got the Jason Taylor in the Hall of Fame, when I had to get it, you know, no, you're not going to see anybody else with it on.
Mm-hmm.
Why not get it? You know, when you want to look your best, and it'd definitely be a conversation piece.
Oh, definitely. So, well, let's just, for a second here, we'll just talk about the watch that you see on the screen right now. So, we're talking about 168 diamonds on this Sabacua specialty. It's a very complex case design, with over 40 different components that make up this watch. You have all the diamonds, you have the high polish, you have the Sellita SW500, which is a high-end Swiss-made mechanical automatic chronograph, and then of course a number limited edition to, I believe, 300 on this watch. And the final thing is it's a genuine Gibeon meteorite dial. I mean, this dial is hot. This is something that is so exotic out there. It's really only Invicta and one other watch company have done this watch in larger production runs with a Gibeon meteorite. And so, and the other thing too is the other company, it's about a $4,000 upgrade just for the dial. And we're talking about a metal dial, and if you want to upgrade to this same material for the dial, it's $4,000. And for today, with this item number 646763, you can get this watch home for a fraction of what it is for the dial upgrade from this other company. You know, you're holding this watch right now, Anastasia. Yeah. It's got a little bit of weight to it, doesn't it?
It has some weight. I'm intrigued not only because of the diamonds, but because of the really interesting textured face that's inside.
Yep, that's the meteorite.
The meteorite. I think it's so pretty. Like, I just want to stare at my watch all day. This is one of those like really cool ones. You're gonna be like, look at my cool watch.
I think it's definitely one of those dress-up watches. We'll give it over to John here for a second and get his take on it, because he's got a number of watches in his own collection. Yeah, oh yeah, this guy's eyes just lit up.
Beautiful piece, meteorite, huh?
Yeah, meteorite. Whoa. You have about 168 diamonds going around the bezel. High-end Swiss movement. gorgeous timepiece.
It really is.
See? Ooh.
Yeah, how do you pass on these when you see them on TV? These things are dangerous to look at.
Well, see, and that's the thing is, I mean, you get the privilege of actually going to the cart.
Right.
And trying on a couple of the watches there, but I mean, and our crew does an awesome job showing everything, but it's just another thing too, is when you open up that box for the first time and you put that watch on the wrist.
When you see it on TV, it's nothing like when you open the box up on your kitchen table and you, wow, look at this. Yeah.
See, that looks
Beautiful
really good
watch.
on you, John.
Yes, it
Don't
does.
say that.
It looks really good on you.
I think you might need that one.
All right, so now we're going to move on here to the next item, and actually this is what we call then the Bolt Sport. It's a 50 millimeter. We have 3 different color choices. The color choices are pretty obvious. You're looking at the orange that you see right there in the middle. Off to the left-hand side is red, and then you'd order the black off to the right. Item number 642345. It's for a penny under $180 at $179.99. And the Bolt collection, we've actually put a lot of time into the Bolt collection lately. This collection we've taken and we've come out with different models here over probably about the last 18 months, and even during the course of this weekend during the show, we've had a few different models that have actually debuted. And Marion has the red on her wrist here, so you can see in a sense maybe what that boyfriend look would look like on the wrist.
Definitely,
But
Marion, you're rocking that one.
big and bold and full of color.
For sure. So where would you wear this, do you think, Marion? If you were to choose this watch, tell me how you would style this up.
I think I would wear this when I go hiking because I like hiking. I like going in the mountains, and when I wear something sporty, and I always like to wear something colorful. So red watch with it will be perfect,
Sure.
I think.
Style it up with some red sneakers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go. So,
Love it. Looks
well,
very cool.
it's really interesting too in the build. Have you tried one of these watches on yet, John? Have you seen these? Why don't you try on that orange for a second and give me your take on the feel, because it's a silicone band that wraps around the wrist, but it's really interesting too how that silicone actually carries up and goes around and keeps that cable in place. That cable is actually that signature element for this collection, being that Bolt collection. And the cable is actually larger than what you typically find. It's actually a 5 millimeter cable as opposed to the Bolt Zeus or the first generation Bolt. It's only a 1 millimeter cable. So we just kind of went all out with that cable design for this timepiece. And
Very cool. Yeah,
is that the second watch you're going to
cable.
buy here tonight now, John? Or what's your take on that, the fit and feel?
Yeah.
It definitely feels great. It feels great on your wrist. It's like an outdoor watch. You can mow the yard in it. You can go swimming in it. You can play baseball in it, exercise in it, work out in it. Very comfortable. Pretty stylish too.
Yeah, and that's, you said it's pretty comfortable, and that's a real key component to when we're making watches, is we want the watches to just be what we say ergonomically correct, or to have a very high level of comfort, even that first time that you put that watch on the wrist.
Definitely. I love the silicone bands. They're very comfortable. I know that I'm a fidgety type of person, and sometimes I like when they sit nicely onto my wrist, and something that's comfortable other than, a traditional metal band or something like that. So it's always nice to have the silicone band as an option. So definitely consider this one. It's really cool.
And you can see even on Marion's wrist, this watch will fit. So I was surprised because you probably have about a 6-inch wrist or so, Marion, 6 1/4. So as long as your wrist size is all the way up to 8 3/4 or smaller, you can get into this timepiece. The movement behind, or the movement underneath, actually is a VD53. It's one of our go-to movements. Tells you the time, tells you the date. There's a 24-hour scale, or the military time, and then also a chronograph. I also like, finally, the carbon fiber that's included inside of each and every one of these watches too. Just adds the cool freshness and also the sportiness that both Marion, John, and Anastasia were talking about. So we're going to move off this item, and that is number 642345, and that is a 50 millimeter Bolt Sport quartz chronograph in your colors of black, orange, and also red. Well, we're going to come up. Oops, I thought my computer was falling off the table for a second. So we're going to come up here to a real tough watch here that is brand new for the event. I remember seeing this when we had our meeting a couple weeks ago in Minnesota for all the timepieces that were going to come out. And there was a really cool story, actually, from our CEO of how this watch was done. And I kind of caught it the other day of with this watch was with this Coalition Forces. Item number 647332. It's a 45 millimeter. But I believe A.L. Lalo, our CEO of the Invicta Watch Group, he had his buddy or his sons call a bunch of their buddies, and to just to wear this watch for a while and bring him back after a few weeks. Because these teenage boys, I think his boys are 12 and 14. They're just beating the crap out of everything. And so, but that's what happened though, is like that is his test that he wanted to do for this timepiece. And it definitely stood up to a bunch of, 12, 14-year-olds, whatever they're doing, hanging out in the tree fort, going up and down the trees on the skateboards, going out on the water toys, just whatever kids do down in South Florida.
Very active kids they are.
Yeah, on the bikes, whatever they happen to be doing.
Definitely.
So you're getting into this watch, and actually it's extremely lightweight on the wrist.
Yeah, I love the colors that it comes in.
Yeah.
It's lightweight. It's an everyday watch. Like you said, it stands the test of time no matter what activity you are doing, and it's affordable, which is really nice also.
Yeah. I mean, the price we're looking at, it's $49.99, and I believe if you buy another, if I remember that correctly, I think you're saving some extra money if you buy a second, third, fourth, fifth, or how many?
If you're buying some watches tonight, this is something that you should just throw in. You're gonna need it. You're gonna like it. Get it, and you know what? Give it to someone as a gift, and that'll just get them on the Invicta train, and hopefully they'll start buying some watches too, because we like watches here, right?
Oh,
these
of
are
course.
so cool.
And so,
I feel like I need more.
So just in colors really quick, they're pretty obvious. It's black, blue, gray, navy, orange, red, white, and also yellow.
This gray one is so cool that Marianne's wearing.
See, would that be a hiking watch also? So lightweight?
Yes, this will be also a hiking watch, but this is also very light, so I think I will even lift some weights with this one.
Gym watch?
Gym watch,
actually, that's a really good point. Having it, if you're at the gym and you want to have a timepiece on, this would be a really good item. It doesn't stick up too high. 45 millimeters can be really worn by everybody, especially with this hardened polymer that makes up the case. There's not a metal case for the bezel or for the bezel on the timepiece. And then we've included in a quartz movement. It tells you the time, hour, minute, second, and there's also a day and date complication. So it tells you the date of the month and also the day of the week at that 3 o'clock position. But I like too, look at how simple it is at Marion's wrist right now. You can just tell the time so easily with that contrast of the different colors for the hour markers in comparison to the dial. And for this event only, this watch is 50% off. And so this could be that stocking stuffer coming up here for the holidays.
Stocking stuffer, that's such a great idea.
Yeah. Or
so wonderful, and all the colors. It's a great idea. Definitely take advantage of this one, guys.
And we actually, with this watch, I don't know if he's coming out or not, but we have one of the guys on the set, Freddie, who actually, there he is over here. Freddie actually bought, Freddie, you want to just tell us why you bought the watch real quick and how many you bought? No?
Christmas present.
Christmas
okay,
presents.
so Freddie, did you buy one of every color? Or did you buy a specific color?
Specific colors for every.
Okay, so
That's
Freddie,
a great idea.
so Freddie does the audio, and he's been down here. He gets us all wired up, mic'd up, and such. He actually bought 10 of those watches, and so they're Christmas gifts coming up. And I guess he bought an assortment of different colors out there for family members. So Freddie definitely shopped ahead for this item.
Holidays are coming up, and I think this is a great time to start thinking about things. And we have some other really great ones to show you guys as well.
Yeah, so we're going to come up right now, and we're talking about one of the Disney watches here. And remember, if you're just tuning in, you want to stay in, you want to do a comment here on the chat board, because you're going to get a chance to win a sketch from Jeff Shelley, the character art director from Disney. He did a few different sketches here for us to give out during the course of the show. We already gave one out a little bit earlier, and right here at the end of the show, the last thing we do before we sign off is we're going to you have to contact Evine. They'll give you an email address, and that's what you have to contact to be able to get that special sketch artistry sent to you. So in terms of there is drawing right now. So that's Jeff Shelley. He has so much talent. You know what?
Very talented guy, very nice guy, and what a cool job to work at Disney. I'm personally such a Disney fan, and to meet somebody that's so involved in that world was just really, really cool, and we loved having him on set.
Yeah.
And what a special gift that he's left with us. So I'm going to just choose somebody that is very active on this chat, and I would like to give this one to Paul Valenzuela. You
All
win.
Right. All right, so Paul Valenzuela. Paul Valenzuela. Valenzuela.
I like that.
I think it's Valenzuela. Like there we go. So Paul, Evine will right now comment and give you an email address to contact them. And actually, this will be the character sketch that you will get. Oh, look at this.
Oh, that's a cool one. He definitely spent some time on
gang.
that. Wow.
There you go.
Very,
so this
nice.
is what you're going to get, Paul. So be sure to, Evine on the chat board will give you an email address for you to contact to them so we can send this off to you. I'm going to put this sketch back in its sleeve here just because we don't want anything to happen.
Jeff Shelley make a special one for me as well, and I just framed it into my house, and it's such a fun thing to, you know, to put up and say that it was made by it's a very authentic piece, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
It's very nice.
I mean, he is the guy. And so he is the guy behind the Disney and the combination of Invicta working with Disney here to be able to give these dials. And John is actually wearing this watch right now. Marion is wearing this watch. So if we can just get a quick little shot of what it looks on them. And, you know, have you guys, all three of you, have you been to any of the theme parks before over time, or?
I am a Florida girl, so I spent many times at the theme parks in Florida. I have not made it over to the ones in California yet.
Okay.
But I hope to soon. How about you, Marianne?
I have visited every park in Florida.
Okay.
And also, I went to Disneyland in LA as well. So
okay.
I'm a huge fan myself.
Okay, and John?
I just realized I actually do have a mic.
Wonderful.
Use the mic.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
Well, with this job, I get down to Florida a lot, and we were just there a few months ago for the grand opening of the new Avatar exhibit.
Oh, very cool.
You will love it. So yeah, I get down to Disney a lot, you know, walk Main Street, see all the Disney characters and kids and parents, everybody having a great time. They'd love one of these. They would love one.
Well, and if you look at this, it's a little bit more of that classic Mickey on the inside of the dial, where his hands and arms are actually telling the time. And we've had collectors ask, why don't you do some more watches like that? And for some of our models, it doesn't quite really work with some of the watch designs, but this one definitely delivers on it. And of course, they're numbered limited editions. I believe this watch also comes in a dive case also for you. And, you know, something really special. We have two different sizes. You have the 38 millimeter, which is geared a little bit more for the girls that you see off to the left-hand side of the screen, and then also a 47 millimeter. That one happens to be in the gold tone. So I believe we have both the silver tone and gold tone left with the Mickey options for you.
I personally have two nephews and one niece, and they are Disney fanatics. So I am definitely going to purchase this one for them. I think that this will be something so special for them when they get older, because they're little right now, but what a great piece to have. It's definitely a collector's item, and I think I'm going to go with the gold. It makes it makes me feel a little bit more vintage, more old school. I don't know, something very classic about the gold style, and I mean, Mickey's never going to go out of style, so I think it's just such a special thing.
I'm just looking up here. Oh, look at this. Mark said he's now up to 225 watches.
Wow, Mark.
That's amazing. Mark,
wow.
Mark, there's let's see, he says he should probably stop at 366.
No, never
One per day is probably too much.
You're not a quitter. Keep going, Mark.
Okay. Oh, I just got word out. We do have to wrap up the show here. So this final item number is 648348. We have just a few seconds left. We truly appreciate each and every one of you here tuning in here tonight. I'm going to sign off. I'm Invicta Ryan. We have Anastasia, Marianne, and also John here tonight. So stay tuned to social media. We'll let you know when the next YouTube show is. And have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.